Hey, what's up, everybody? It is I, TJ, co-host of the Now Mind You podcast, back again. It's been a minute, right? Back again with a review of the latest chapter of Tokyo Revengers. This is chapter 265, titled Stand By Me. Tokyo Revengers, of course, by Ken Wakui. And as you know, we will be going into some spoiler territory. So if you're not ready, do what you got to do. But let's get started. Where do we leave off? It was all about strength for Mikey until he met the two people that would change his destiny forever. Right? Let me get into a quick summary. We're in the third part to our stroll down memory lane through Mikey's eyes, although this time we see the events surrounding Kisaki joining Toman. Let me get into my review. We need to highlight how scary a middle schooler Kisaki is/was. Like, what kind of middle schooler is like, I can get your homie out of prison, right? That's not how kids are supposed to talk. Also, we got to acknowledge the drip that was that double page cover. That was pretty sick. Ken Wakui does not miss artwork wise. On an interesting note, though, with the majority of first gen Toman rejecting Kisaki's bid to join the team, maybe Mikey was the most future thinking of the group. And follow me here. If they wanted to take over the world, as was stated, I believe, in the previous chapter, the one before that, or whichever, I think it was the one before that when the flashback started, right? If they wanted to take over the world, that would require them really moving from youthful gang clashes to actually committing crimes. And Mikey may have subconsciously realized that Kisaki was the one to take them there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like that theory I had about Kisaki being Mikey's darkness is bearing fruit. If anything, I didn't think that their relationship was as deep as it was. The problem with my theory panning out / bearing fruit is that this could mean that this world was actually better off with Kisaki remaining alive. Low-key. Actually, this also makes me want to see Mikey turning his back on Kisaki from his perspective too. To go from, I want you to guide me, Kisaki, to get the fuck out of this gang and don't let the door hit you on the way out is pretty significant, right? When Kisaki is officially kicked out and then, the whole Tenjiku arc starts. I feel like that question will get answered in the flashback part 4 when we see the events surrounding Takemichi through Mikey's eyes. I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but based on how Mikey still forged ahead with Kisaki joining Toman, in spite of all the protests, and again, we are reminded that this is what caused that temporary rift between him and Draken, it looks like the Black Air Force One inside of Mikey resonated with the Black Air Force One that is Kisaki. There's been something dark inside my heart, right? That quote. The cold part is, Kisaki hit him with, are you sure even if I don't do it the way you want? Kisaki gave him an out. And there was like, basically him low-key saying, my methods are unorthodox, but they get results. It ends up painting Bloody Halloween in a very different light. Namely, did Kisaki really just set this all up to give Mikey an outlet for his darkness? I can't help but wonder how the other members of Toman would feel. And with a revelation such as that, is Mikey even worth saving at this point, right? Granted, you could say that him beating Kazutora to the point of death, I mean, Kazutora ended up not dying, but there was that one timeline where he did. But him doing that to Kazutora was maybe justified because, Shinichiro's murder. But at the cost of Baji, though, right? So far, we see 2, possibly 3 with Hanma, characters who know firsthand about Mikey's darkness in Sanzu and Kisaki, excluding Takemichi, of course, right? I can't help but wonder if Kisaki and Sanzu ever communicated with one another. Of course, just when Mikey's about to succumb to his darkness and go full Akuma / Yujiro, if you know, you know, enter Takemichi. My predictions and questions, Takemichi's going to get back up after the flashback series is over. We need to tie up the loose end of the second time leaper. I know I'm sounding like a broken record. Again, does Mikey have death flags on him? Still curious about that resemblance between Takemichi and his dad. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to the Takemichi part of this flashback. All in all, great chapter, and I can't wait to read everyone else's thoughts. I'm looking forward to the next one. Big shout out to the Tokyo Revengers subreddit. Big shout out to the community on some of the manga distribution platforms. Shout out to, of course, Guts Guy, Riolu, Creepy Kitten holding it down in the comments. And thank you everyone for giving this a watch and a listen. If you like what you're hearing, peep up the main podcast. That's at Now Mind You Pod, NOWMINDYOUPOD on Instagram and all social media. And look for Now Mind You Podcast on your podcast distribution platforms. If you like what I'm doing, Tuss4Skate on the gram. TUSS _4_SKATE. Thank you so much. Peace.